All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, October. Wow. Oh, man, October. Sure is beautiful outside. Okay, so factoring. Boy, you guys really have to learn factoring. If you don't learn factoring, then it's going to be tough in all the rest of the classes. So let's learn it. So before we go and start a whole lot, I want you to look at this example. Example 1 and example 2. I don't know if you see any difference between the two, but I do. I'll see. Do you see any difference? Well, what I'm going to show you is if you take a look at example 2, these three terms have nothing in common. Nothing. The 14 doesn't have a W, right? So they don't all have a W in common. The 9 and the 14 don't have any multiples, so this is a trinomial. 1, 2, 3 terms. So this is a trinomial, 3 terms. And example 2, you do have things in common. So common factoring is simply taking out what they have in common. So let's take a look at this example 1, okay? I've got a 4x squared minus 12x. Okay, so if I'm common factoring, then I ask myself, what do they have in common? Well, what I see is a common multiple of 4. So I take out a 4 because 4 divides into 4 and 4 divides into 12. And so in a sense, I'm pulling out the 4 out of both terms. I put the 4 down. Now they also have at least an x in common. This has x squared and this has an x. So they both have at least an x in common. So I pull out an x. So I pull out an x, and I put the x down here. Okay, so this is what they have in common, is a 4x. So you put it out in front because it's like the opposite of the distributed property. So then what goes inside? Well, 4 goes into 4 one time, and I pulled out an x, so I only have an x left over. I'll show it again. 4 goes into 4 one time. I pulled out an x, so I'd have one more x left because of x squared. 4 goes into 12 3 times. I pulled out its x, so there wouldn't be an x left inside. So if you want to go ahead and check your answer, you can multiply. 4x times 1x is a 4x squared, and 4x times a negative 3 is a negative 12x. Okay, that is common factoring. Now, what we dealt with on Tuesday was a thing called trinomial factoring, okay? And it'd be great if we were all in class together again, which we will be on tomorrow. So that's good. So trinomial factoring, what we're going to do is this. We're going to simply parentheses, right? I'm going to go W, W. I'm going to go, well, let's see, the multiples of 14, that's easy, 7 and 2, because positive 7 and positive 2 will multiply to make 14 and add to make the 9. Done. 5, same thing. I'm going to start parentheses, J times a j, because j times j makes a j squared. Multiples 13, probably 3 and 13. I'm probably guessing 13 and 3. If I have, they're both going to be negative, because a negative times a negative makes a positive. So I'm going to go negative times a negative makes the positive 39, and the negative 3 and the negative 13 add to make negative 16. Okay, number 8. Parentheses, okay? And then I'm going to take a look at it, and I'm going to go W times W, because W times W makes W squared. So then what I need is the multiples of 20, but it's a negative 20. It's a negative 20, so I'm going to go with a positive 10 and a negative, nope, I'm going to go negative 10 and a positive 2. Negative 10, positive 2, because those will multiply to make the negative 20, but they'll add to make the negative 8. So I'll go a negative 10 and a positive 2. And again, you can check it if you want to. There's my 2w, my negative 10w makes my negative 8w. Okay, 12, we have to solve. So what we have to do is come up with our mini equations. To do that, we need to factor first. Okay, but this thing's all in the wrong order. It's like, what the heck? Let's put it in standard form. So first, let's rewrite this as t squared plus 5t minus 36 equals 0. So let's just rewrite it in standard form because I like the t squared first. So just put the t squared plus 5t minus 36. Okay, then parentheses, 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 parentheses. T times t is going to make the t squared. Probably, let's see, what do I want to use? I could go 12 and 3 or 18 and 2. Let's see, 36. What's 36? Clear, clear, clear. 36 divided by 12 is a 12 and a 3. That won't work. 6 and 6 won't work. Let's see, 36 divided by 18 is 18 and 2. What am I missing? Oh, 9 and 5, duh. Or 9 and 4, duh. 9 and 4. My goodness gracious, some days I tell you. Has to be a positive 9 and a negative 4. Multiplies to make a negative 36, and they add to make the 5, okay? Now, we have to solve. We're not done. It says solve, right? So we're not done. So now we have our mini equations. We have a t plus 9 equals 0 and a t minus 4 equals 0. We just solve. Okay, minus 9, minus 9. One answer is negative 9. That is one of our zeros. Plus 4, t equals 4. That's our other 0. These are called zeros. Okay, awesome. Okay, turn my page and let's look at a problem. Okay, now here is a triangle. I want to find the dimensions. So one of the things I know is the area is 120. All right, so I know the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, that's the area of a triangle. Well, what am I going to do with that? Well, let's see. I know the area is 120 equals 1/2. The base is an x minus 6, and the height is an x minus 14. Okay. Let's see if I can fix this. So, first of all, I am going to try and get rid of this 1/2 fraction. So if I multiply both sides by 2 over 1, multiply this by 2 over 1. How does that help me? Well, if I multiply by 2 over 1, all of this, 2 over 1, the 2's cancel. I like that. So I get 240 equals, let's see, x squared. I'm going to FOIL this, x squared minus 14x minus a 6x plus, let's see what 6 times 14, I don't know, 84. Okay. Let's set it equals 0. Let's bring over the 240 minus 240 minus 240. So I've got 0 equals x squared. Let's see, minus 20x. Let's see, 84 minus 120. Nope, 240 minus 240 equals negative 156. Okay, now, multiples, 156. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let me try. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 again. 39. What about 39 and 4? That's not going to make that. 84 minus 240 makes 156. Oh, divide that by 3. 39 divided by 3. Hold on, I got to divide by 3 is 13. And, okay, so hold on. 56 divided by 13 and 12. What? Still not getting it. Okay. What about 26 and 6? Oh, got it. Boy, that took a while to find the right combination. Well, how do I know that's the right combination? It took me a while. I had to work at it. I know that's the right combination because they can make a 20. They can. So if I do this, okay, parentheses, 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 parentheses. Boy, that took a while to figure out the right combinations. X and X, a minus 26 and a positive 6. I got my mini equations, right? So I've got an x minus 26 equals 0 and a x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, then plus 26 plus 26 is 26 minus 6 minus 6 is negative 6. Now, wait a minute. We're looking for a length. You can't have a negative value. You can't. It's a length. So I'm going to throw that away because negative 6 would make this whole thing be negative, and that can't happen. So let's let x equals 26. So let's put it back in. So I'm going to go way back up here and go, okay, 26 minus 6. So this side's got to be 20. And way up here, I'm going to go 26 minus 14, which I think is 12, right? I think I get 12. So there's my dimensions, 20 by 12, okay? And last but not least, let's take a look at number 16. So what we're doing is we're finding the zeros. Well, we're finding the zeros by factoring. Well, that's a 0 and that's a 0. So the answer I get should be -2 and +4. So let's factor this. Set it equals 0. So let's do it down here. So we've got room. Set it equal to 0, and I'll go x squared minus 2x minus 8. Factor, right? So what I'm looking for is to factor and find the zeros. So what I want to show you is that the zeros are actually the x-intercepts. X minus 4, +2, right? Because those will multiply. These will multiply to make -8, and they'll add to make a -2. Okay, now 0 equals x minus 4, and 0 equals x plus 2, and we solve. +4 plus 4, -2 minus 2. Okay, so what are the zeros? The zeros are actually the x-intercepts, and that's what we just showed. Here's an x-intercept of -2, 0, and here's another x-intercept. Oops, we'll put the wrong spot. There we go. There we go. And of 4, 0. Okay, so that's what we wanted to show. Okay, so we're going to have a Zoom meeting tomorrow. We're going to go over this as well, but your homework, of course, is going to be the page 56. Today we're going to do the evens and the exercise 20. Okay, so that's all I have. Hopefully we'll have a good Zoom meeting.